Welcome back, frenemies, to our local 757 Talk, episode 45 here. Tonight's recording is brought to you by Kalana Brothers. If you need a plumbing job done correct, call David and Daniel. Anyway, they're going to hate me for that.
Say that. I'm sure they're excited to receive those calls.
We're recording live in Phil Studios, $5. There we go. All right, I'm just making all my money on these awkward plugs. But let's, a loss is a loss. Sean, do you want to? That's the title of this podcast right now.
Yeah, so last week we had the title was a win is a win. I squeaked by Turtles there. Got my win. And this week it was not so lucky. I ran into a freight train named Christian McCaffrey. And holy crap. I posted in our chat. I was like, it's just a freaking cheat code. Like, this is not even fair. Like, 44 and a half points. Like, how am I supposed to compete with that? And then I think he also had the Eagles defense, which just completely demolished this week.
Yeah.
And so it was not a good, I made a good comeback kind of. And then Sammy got hurt on the first play. And I just, if he had done something, I might have had a shot this week. But alas, I am no longer undefeated. And not only that, but Joe's the one who beat me, got a point and a half this week and took first place. So I'm in second now.
Man, I'm in seventh. And you know who's in front of me?
Who's in front of you?
The best Sean Rock, Mike.
Oh.
I was like, oh, great.
No,
I've
now
been
it's
over
looking
him.
like he might be the best Sean Rock.
He's got a little win streak. I was like, come on, man. He's like, he was down in the cellar, and with those half wins in his little, last 2 weeks or so, he's jumped up. Oh,
yeah.
I go off the pattern. I go win, lose, win, lose, win, lose.
According to our chat, I've struck fear in the heart of Tim.
You've struck fear in the heart of Tim.
Your face is fear.
This week, it's going to hurt. Ryan might get a win, says Tim.
It's got probably everybody on a bye.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Tim's like you. He's like, oh, I'm going to lose.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well,
that's how I am every
guys, let's hold on 1 sec. We need to give a rounding golf clap to Turtles. You got to play his drop.
All right, let's find
Where's that drop? Where's that drop?
Turtles
at?
here.
I like turtles.
I like Turtles because he got his first win.
Yes, that's right. Turtles.
There we go,
yeah,
Daniel.
Daniel.
I was clapping, but I shouldn't have been clapping.
Why?
It's all right.
Because he got it against me.
Ooh.
Oh, that's right. How's that feel?
He taunted me, and I taunted him back. I said, I'm not your turtle food.
And you were turtle food.
I was
Yes,
turtle.
he was turtle food.
I was a worm.
Yep.
You were pooped
that
out by the Tidewater Turtles.
First dub right there on you, Ryan.
Yeah,
That one didn't feel so good.
Maybe that's where we should bring it to here. It's been a rough one here, Ryan. How's this season feeling for you?
It's not good.
What's his record?
I think he has one win this year.
One win.
Ooh.
Yeah. He's
Did that team forget to set his
He is
lineup?
now ranked at the bottom of the league.
I had to get a real job.
Yep.
So bad fantasy wasn't paying
Had to
the
get a real
bills.
job. Yeah.
Well, man. Well, let's talk about Andy.
Andy,
Soul Juice himself.
Yeah.
How many points did he score?
So I cannot believe this, but this past week he put up over 170 points. I think it was 185. That's what it was.
185.
Soul Juice?
Soul Juice. Andy.
Soul Juice.
185 points this week. That's the most anyone in our league has
Can we
scored.
call him and see why he named his team Soul Juice?
That's probably something. See if you can get him on the phone. Get him on the phone. Let's see if we got
You guys keep going. I'm going to see.
As Ryan tries to get him live here on the podcast.
We're used to filling for Ryan. So
Yes.
we'll be all right.
Let's go. I'm actually curious who picks him up.
I still got you in here. Don't worry.
Okay, I'm glad you do.
You guys didn't know Ryan's got headsets on that don't work.
They're just for show. Hey, not supposed to tell anybody that, Chris.
The local one, I'll just say it. It was too funny. Another not picking up.
Yep. This was a failed attempt, I think, Ryan.
Per usual.
Andy, pick up your phone when we call.
Come on, Andy.
Probably doesn't even watch this
I admit
podcast.
you all that is terrible.
All right. Well, moving on.
Andy, call me back, all right? We're on the podcast. We're trying to figure out why you named your team Soul Juice.
I am
right.
curious as to
Yes.
what
Please
in the
call
world
us back.
Soul Juice has to do with anything.
Yeah, I want to know that. But I think everybody does. And he's trying to keep a secret, too. That he didn't want anyone to know he was Soul Juice on there. But
All right.
process elimination.
So we're going to do a fun little
Put my
exercise here.
headphones back on so I can hear you guys.
Good.
Which
Glad.
actually does the exact opposite.
And what we're going to do is some league mate comparisons here. We've done a few of these in the past. And this week we're going to do NFL teams that compare to our fantasy teams right now.
We're trying to go current, not just by personality. We're trying to go how this season's going so far. So we're going to start at the top here. We put him in not really a random order. We're going off of what the rankings were this week. But, oh, yeah, I forgot to put that one. Thank you. Joe, number 1 in the league. You're the Patriots.
Yeah,
You're the New England
congratulations.
Patriots,
You're the
man.
Patriots.
Dominant wins. But on an easy schedule, Joe. I wonder if you can take this out if you play, some more dominant teams. I thought Sean would give you more of a fight, but
No.
did not. So who knows? You're probably
Well,
going to
Christian
end up
McCaffrey goes off. So what's going to happen is, we've talked about this in the chat, but David is very disappointed that he plays Joe this week because next week the Panthers are on bye. And if you don't know Joe, his whole team is Panthers. He's a Panthers fan.
Pretty much.
So whoever gets to play Joe next week, congratulations, you're probably going to get a win.
That was my biggest beef with Joe when he came into the league.
But lay it out there
Where
for him, Ryan.
am I though? Just bear this in mind as I critique you. That our rankings I'm kind of staring up from the depths as
Yes.
you're up on the mountaintops. And I'm like, dude, come on, man. You got to spread it out. Spread out the wealth a little bit, man.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Sean, you are the Kansas City Chiefs.
I'll take it. I'll be Pat Mahomes.
Yeah. Choosing, you're winning up there, but you've got like no running back right now.
Yeah, exactly. My team is like, it was dominating at the beginning of the year,
Yep.
and I'm getting real scared right now. Kind of like Patrick Mahomes, this injury, this could mean bad news for the Chiefs. My running back depth is just bad. Like, Tevin Coleman might be my savior because he's been out, the last few weeks. Looked pretty good this past week, but I've got Dalvin Cook, Tevin Coleman, and then I think I have Malcolm Brown, your backup to Todd Gurley. And that's what I'm rolling out there at running back. So I'm in some deep doo-doo right now. I don't want to wish for injuries, but if any players want to step up and take some starting roles, expect some big fab to be spent.
Well, ask Tim because he prays players get injured.
Okay.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
I don't think he's for real. I think it's a big joke.
Okay. We won't put that on him.
Don't put that bad juju on him. Lil Royce, dinner rolls himself, my man. You're the 49ers.
49ers. I like this one.
Like dominant. And did anyone see this coming?
I know.
No.
We poo-pooed your team, Leroyce, and you right now are dominating.
Poo-pooing us.
Yes, you are poo-pooing all over us.
Just like everyone in the NFL is finally giving some notice over to San Francisco and saying they might be for real.
Yeah, so he has 714 points for. To put that in perspective, and I know this is going to be a call Ryan out one.
Yes,
he
do
has
it.
388. So about double the points this season.
Like I said,
that
I
Ryan
had to get
has.
a real job.
Did you?
So
Did you
Leroyce,
even put people in your lineup?
you're killing it, dude.
He's killing it. Yes.
But
300?
see, that's why I think 49ers are perfect because I feel like I still don't believe it. Like, I'm sorry, Leroyce, but I just feel like it's going to fall apart at some point here.
Those are some fighting words right there.
Just
Yeah.
don't trade anyone.
And you know what? Guess who I play this week?
Leroyce.
Leroyce.
Don't trade.
You're going to kick my butt, I know.
Don't
Royce.
trade.
Hey, play that Mortal Kombat thing right there, okay? Let's drop that. Finish him. That's what you're doing here to the commission.
I see a losing streak coming in my future here. This is going to be a rough one here. But
Oh, man. Talking about rough ones. We're going to talk about Phil. Right? You're by. I don't know
throwing
what's going
shade
on.
over here.
That's not even shade. It's like laser beams. The Saints, man. All right. I am looking at you. You're super talented. But will there be a Super Bowl this year? I don't know. Just like the Saints in past. But right now, again, you're doing well. But can you finish with the title? Because this is Phil every single year.
I know. I think
How many
he's turning it
Super
around.
Bowls has Phil appeared in? Fantasy
I
Super
believe
Bowls.
3.
That's crazy.
And he's won 0.
He's like the Buffalo Bills / Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
Been to a lot of those parties. Never go home with a girl. All righty.
Chris does. That's who goes home with the girl, Chris.
How you doing? Yeah, so Phil, Saints, super talented, but you got to punch it in this year. No pass interference. You got to get them a Super Bowl win. David, I wrote this one. I don't know. David, you're the Colts.
It's not bad.
Never doubt the bland winner. You just win. Nothing exciting, but the W's come up on the board.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's been kind of just hum-ho this whole season, but he's still pedaling in the middle of the pack there, still has some playoff hopes. So.
But it's like David, when he talk fantasy with him, he's always hum-ho about his lineup. He's like, oh, I wish I could have done better. And they're like never happy, but he's still always right there in the conversation.
David always has the biggest amount of paper in hand, physical copies
the
of
draft.
paper on draft day with rankings, and he's flipping. I always think of David as the one he's just flipping through paper, like when he's about to pick.
Yep.
This
he's
last
old
year,
school.
he even brought a friend who was like flipping paper with him.
Yeah.
Pop, 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 pop.
I brought a friend that used to
flip
be
my paper.
Used to be in the league.
It's true.
So he was reaching for some fantasy knowledge there. Ooh, Mike.
Your
All
brother.
right, you are above me in the rankings this week. All right, I'll give that to you. But buddy, you're the Bengals. All right, you're not tanking,
Harsh.
but you're just naturally losing in times you shouldn't. For
Yeah.
some reason, you look for a drop there to play on that.
I know.
one?
You need
don't
to
know.
do some.
Oh, I'm not getting a Christmas present. this year.
Bengals.
The Bengals.
That's a pretty bad comparison. I wouldn't want that.
I know. I mean, Mike's winning up there, but like, knowing my brother, and he's pretty dominant in fantasy. As much as I've known him, almost all the leagues, he's not doing as well as he used to. So I'm just like, what? You're not trying to, but bro, you trying to race for the top pick next year? Like, what's going on? So Mikey, you're the Bengals. I have the right to say that because you're my brother. Me.
Yeah. So Chris here, we have the Seahawks.
Oh, how am I winning games?
You are one of those that like I looked at your team week to week and you just barely get a certain amount of points. You've been in some close games and you just keep winning them.
Chris Godwin. You're about to be the godfather of my children if you keep playing the way you are right now. You win me a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I'm going to name myself Chris Godwin Schoenrock, replacing my middle name.
You've strapped yourself to that Chris Godwin rocket, and so
He's
far
like
he's taking you to the moon.
He's a boom bust. I'm getting excited. Tyreek Hill might come back into my lineup, but
true.
I'm like, I got Terry McLaurin.
Yeah.
Winning me things. Matt Breida running, though. I was like, oh my, this is not fun outside of Mahomes. So yeah, Seahawks are somehow winning games, and I am too. The doctor, Tim James. Sean, who do we pick here?
So we got the Chargers. I know you're going to hate this because you just love Phillip Rivers. And
That's
we always
perfect.
compare you to Phillip Rivers.
Tim is Phillip Rivers.
But he's the Chargers because it's been rough so far. Like your schedule hasn't been that great. You've had some tough times here. But I really do think you got some good times ahead of you. Once Saquon comes back, it's looking like the timeline's better.
Yeah.
So I think you can make some playoff pushes, make some waves.
The doctor. Yes, you can. It's funny, Tim. You are Phillip Rivers. You're going to have 20 kids. It's like Phillip Rivers. Every year it seems like he has a new child. Alrighty. Morgan. Man, Morgan. He was up top.
He was.
Beginning of the week.
He was, 3 weeks ago, he was on top of the world, Morgan Collins.
All
He's like,
hype.
all in the chat, calling people out.
Like Baker
3-0.
Mayfield. And just like Baker Mayfield, you're like the Browns and you're just falling off the earth.
Yep, and it's been three straight losses. Bumped him way down to, I think he's in like 8th place now.
Whoa, wait a second. Are we calling Morgan Collins right now?
Just in the mood.
9th
I'm just
place.
in the mood to feel out the league. You know what I'm saying?
He's
all these
probably
people.
line dancing. He is the
probably
Miami
line
Cowboy.
dancing. What's he ranked right now?
We did not talk about this, and for some reason,
He's number
Ryan
9.
just
I
wants to
don't
call
know.
people
He's
straight on
number
the
9.
podcast.
I just
The audio technician over here does not like this way we're doing this.
Does not work well with it.
Don't worry, bro.
Your call has been
And we got another.
Wow.
This is why
Two
we
gentlemen
don't call
have-
people on the podcast.
Usually-
Son of a gun.
Alrighty, so Morgan, we tried to call you. But buddy, you're the Browns.
Can't defend yourself. You're the Browns,
You're Baker Mayfield.
and you're going
Alrighty.
down, and you're not as good as we thought.
All right, so
thought you
I'm
weren't
throwing this to Sean. What's Andy?
All right, so Andy, the Raiders, I think is a good comparison. Just
Ooh.
based on this past week, we already talked about it. 185 points. Just he stunned the world this week.
Just like the Raiders beating the Bears
Yeah,
in England.
exactly. Nobody expected that coming, and then all of a sudden the Raiders walk in there and just blow the doors off them, and you're
kicking
just like,
tail, man.
what's going on here? I thought Khalil Mack was going to have his revenge game. That was not the case. So I think it's a good comparison for Andy. And yeah, what do you think, Andy? Let us know.
Yes, if you even watch this episode.
And then we called you.
Turtle. You're not a turtle this week, Daniel. You're a dolphin.
You're a dolphin. I didn't pick this
Yes.
one. What's going on here, Chris? You got to defend yourself. We never talked about this.
You did get your first win, so that's one thing you got over Miami.
That's true. We
Right-
did not have a win.
Right, Dolphin fans?
Yeah. I'd give them the Redskins. How about that?
The
We play the
Redskins. We'll go
Redskins
the
this week, and they'll
Redskins.
probably win.
A
So
little more
I'm not going to
regional
quite
for
call
us.
you the Dolphins, but the Redskins maybe.
But maybe you got some because we really liked your draft.
I know.
Like, we thought it was going in
His
some
team
win
looks
streak.
good.
You know?
It's Hopkins, man. Hopkins is killing him. I know you must have not enjoyed watching Will Fuller go off this
going
week.
off. Daniel's like, that's my point. That's my point.
Oh, that could have been Hopkins. Oh, that could have been
Hopkins is
Hopkins.
weird, man. I don't get it.
He's a lizard king, ain't he? Is he the
No,
one
that's Sammy.
That's Sammy Watkins. Okay, my bad. Dreads. Never mind. Always
Every man with dreads is a lizard king.
Lizard king. Yeah, so I said Dolphins. My bad, Daniel. We'll pick the Redskins for you. But hey, I started a trend. Fantasy football's different that way, especially with our half wins. You can go right back up the polls.
It's true.
Just like I've somehow dropped back below the bottom half.
Yep.
And, my favorite. The man at the bottom of the cellar staring up at Joe at the mountaintop. The Steeler man himself, Ryan Meckes.
He hates the Steelers, too.
Oh, man.
I do.
So many promising things on your roster, just like the Steelers roster, and you can't get it correct to win a game.
Yeah, it's just been a rough year for you this year.
Just like Juju did in overtime last week, you fumbled it away. You fumbled wins away.
Wasn't even close.
He didn't fumble it away. He got blown out.
He didn't come out of the locker room.
Guys, I try.
I try, guys.
Well, see, we're
Where's my
pretty
sticker?
invested. We're here like once a week. Like we're prepared for this thing, actually. We sit in front of computers. We talk about fantasy football. Part of me wants to believe that I can actually, pull together a winning team. And then my team just ends up I think I'm dead last.
Yeah,
in the rankings
you are
right
now
now.
dead last. You are.
I
toilet.
am mad at my players. I feel anger, actual anger towards my players. I'm like, Baker, you can't do me like that. -2 points. And then Le'Veon and James Conner. I'm like, you guys, I know your people around you are passing on to the afterlife, but you've got to pull together a performance on your own.
Yeah, they're hurting you pretty bad.
Oh, man.
Like, you just forgot. All my players, they just forgot how to play football. And here I am on a podcast giving people advice, making a fool of myself.
With one win.
Dang nabbit!
I'm not gonna lie. I looked at this week and I was like, I really hope I play Ryan this week. Did I play Ryan this week? Dang it, I don't play Ryan this week.
I played Turtle, and I just
See what
called
I'm
him
saying?
a dolphin. Daniel's going to want to beat me so bad.
I'm
after
also
I called
mad
him that.
2 of our league mates just stiffed me on the phone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2 calls.
Gosh.
That's what happens when you're in last place. You don't get the
I
respect.
thought we were friends.
And there's only really one. Let's talk about the waiver wire pickup real quick. Only one big claim. $52 for Hunter Henry from the Reverend himself, David Kalana.
Yeah, he spent big and nobody else bid. So that's one
No
of
one
those
else bid.
painful ones where
Now,
He was on my team earlier.
He had a
I
little
needed
bit
tight
of-
end this week.
backlash here. I don't want to be mean to you guys, but stop being sissies here. Come on. I know it sucks that we're in this 12-man league. There's some of you that didn't vote for it, but it's like you got to just learn how to play with this new league. I mean, it's going to be harder. Every decision is going to mean a lot more.
Yeah.
And I don't know. For me, I enjoy the challenge of trying to figure out if you can keep that player for a lot longer. I know the waiver wire is rough. I'm not going to lie. Hilliman's going for top dollar because you're just looking for any possible running back start you can get. I mean, I have a terrible running back core right now. I know how that is.
David put in a claim for Chase Edmonds.
Our teams were just too good years before. You looking at Joe's roster last year, he had Tyreek Hill, David Johnson, Christian McCaffrey. This just stacks teams to where, and Juju Smith-Schuster, you can't compete with these. So I think
You said a fighting word. You said people need to stop being sissies.
they need to stop.
Explain this.
They-
What inspired this anger?
So, we got the chat. They're
both
blowing up
angry.
here, and all the people that voted against people. I like how they saved themselves too. They were like, "Oh, I still really like the fact that Mike and Leroyce are back, but I hate this
Big
12-man
David.
league."
Oh, you're calling out David.
Just to clarify, it's
Oh my
actually
gosh.
great to have Leroyce
Oh my
and Mike
gosh.
in the league. I just
He
hate the
called
small
David
pool of
out.
players available. It's quoted from David 8 hours ago.
I don't know. It was just funny this week. Today I opened up my chat and it was just a pity party between all these 3 people that voted against the 12 league, where they're all just going back and forth. I didn't vote for this. Yeah, I know.
I
This
like
sucks.
how Tim and Daniel back him up.
It is. Oh man,
Yep.
this is a
and then
three-way.
Tim brings up, well, I'm also annoyed I lost to Mike and Leroyce,
Yeah.
the 2 new guys too. He's like, man,
whining session here.
oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
I think they'll adjust to this. We'll get past this, guys. I know it's gonna be rough this first year, but this will be the new normal. I think it'll be fun once you start to dive a little deeper into these
I don't
players.
know how I feel about it, man. I'm losing.
Yeah, so you might join the
I think I'm at the bottom of the pool.
you might join the people and say, let's kick two teams out.
I was indifferent about it. I was like, I don't know.
Can't be that much harder. Maybe it can.
I guess so.
It could
All right. Well, we'll end on that note. I'm sure
Maybe I'm not that good.
I'll get a lot of feedback from the three guys there that didn't want this, and you guys.
You can't piss off your listeners.
I know.
They make up 50%.
I was gonna say they at least 50% of them are
These
them.
guys
I'm
are gonna
sorry.
stick with
I'm
us.
sorry. I love you guys. You know I love you, David.
Alrighty, guys. Thanks for listening. We're gonna bounce out of here before we say anything else that upsets the Reverend himself.
Man, we just said a lot of things.
Yeah, blasphemy.
Blasphemy to upset David.
Yep.
Guys can't believe it.
All right. Thanks for listening, guys. Like, subscribe. Check out the other podcasts on the main podcast
I
we had
think this
week.
week we should say, please don't unsubscribe.
Or please don't dislike on YouTube there.
All right. See you guys.
Deuces.